All right, so on today's worksheet, you're going to be finding some missing angles. So just kind of some review stuff, like this one here, reminder that two angles together have to equal 180, so 135 plus what would this one have to be so they equal 180. Here, once again, 90 plus something plus 29 equals 180. So you got to figure out what this missing angle is right here, this XWY. You got to find out what that is, but it's 90 plus 29 plus what would this have to be? Because since this is a straight line, these three angles make a straight line or a straight angle, they have to add up to 180. What I want to talk about though are these questions down here, 15 through 18, because they look a little bit different. So I know that on question 15, this angle plus this angle have to add up to 180. So here's what you're going to do. You have to set up an equation. So this angle plus this angle equals 180. So here's what you're going to write on your paper. So the first angle is, I'll write it over here, 2x plus, the second angle is this one. All right, now when I put these two angles together, they have to equal 180 degrees. So we can set up an equation. The first angle plus the second angle equals 180. So now we just solve equations. On the left-hand side, the first thing I do is I simplify. 2x plus x gives me 3x's. On the right-hand side, there's nothing to do but 180. This is a multiplication equation. So the way that I get this x all by itself is I divide by 3. Therefore, I have to divide this side also by 3. This gives me x equals, and then 180 divided by 3, do that division problem if you need to, is going to be 60. So you have to set up this equation first, and then you solve your equation. So now that x is 60, I know that this is 60, because that's what x is. This is 2 times x, so that's going to be 2 times 60, which gives me 120. And then 120 plus 60 is the 180 that I needed. So these are, you got to set these up as equations. This one right here, the same idea. This angle plus this angle plus this angle equals 180. So when I do that, the first angle is 90, because it's a right angle, plus, so that's 90, plus this angle, which is x, plus this angle, which is x minus 16. All right, so once again, I've got this angle plus this angle plus this angle. So that's the first angle, the second angle, and the third angle. And since these three make a straight line, they have to equal 100. I don't know if I can get this on here or not. 180 degrees. So you got to set up your equation. The first thing you do on your left-hand side, I'm going to change my opposite of symbol. So the first thing I do is I'm going to simplify on the left. So on the left-hand side, this stuff over here, I have 2x's plus I have a 90 and a negative 16. So since the signs are different, I'm going to subtract. When I subtract 90 and 16, that becomes an 8, I get 74. So the left-hand side becomes 2x plus 74 equals 180. All right, we always work on the side that has the letter on it, so work on the left-hand side first. I always get rid of what's not attached to the letter first, so that's going to be a negative 74 on this side. That gives me my 0 pairs, so I got to do a negative 74 on this side. There's my 0 pairs. On the left, I just have 2x. Over here on the right, I have 180 minus 74, which I believe is going to be 106. And then I'll let you finish out the rest of this. So all of these, you have to solve this idea of setting up an equation and then solve. Once again, same thing here. X plus 3x minus 20 equals 180. Now this one here, look at this line right here. All right, that's what we want. So we've got x plus 2x plus 9 equals 180, because that's going to give me my 180 degrees. And once I solve for x, I can put that number in here. I put in the number for x here, and then I can solve the rest of the stuff. So that's how you're going to set up and solve your work today. Real quick, the other worksheet looks something like this. We're still doing the same idea, so I need to find these missing angles. If this is 97, then we know that the angle across from it is also 97 because they're vertical angles. So this idea that this is 97, the angle directly across from it is also 97. Then I can find this one right here, angle DOC, because when we name angles, the vertex goes in the center. So 97 plus what is going to equal 180, because these two will give me 180 degrees. Also remember, inside of a triangle, these have to add up to 180 degrees total. So I know that if this is 65 and that's 45, you got to figure out what is this side to give us the 180. One thing that we've not done a lot of talking about is naming them. So notice this has angle AOD. The center letter is always a vertex. So AOD is here. AOD. All right. So this first one, that middle letter is always a vertex, which is right here. So it's AOD. They want us to find this angle right here. And we know it's vertical because angles directly across from each other are always equal to each other. This angle, AOB, well, AOB. O is that vertex. So I want you to find this angle right here is angle AOB. Everything else should be pretty self-explanatory. You have to use your vertical angles idea. You have to use your straight lines equal 180 ideas. Figure out the rest of these. Make sure figuring out the riddle, which should help us figure out what to do.